Our next speaker is Mr. Jansi Puangsuket. He's the director of the Central Library of the National University of Laos, the president of the Lao Library and Information Consortium, and a country coordinator for electronic information for libraries.
So thank you for giving me the floor to present what we are doing now and what will happen in the future. So regarding the topic, given by organized workshop committee, so that's innovations of management, what's now and what's the next. So that's I prepared just based on our what we are having. So the topic is the innovation of library service at the National University of Laos through the use of technologies and future perspective. Okay. So I may start from the introduction here. When you see this, the PowerPoint is okay. You can imagine that you know about the library situation in Laos. Okay. So many libraries in Laos have innovated from traditional and to dynamic information systems through the use of technologies. And this is an increasing demand for improved information and knowledge management solution in research organizations and university integrating access to e-resources. We just live from the traditional, service. The internet, the World Wide Web, the computer, and other information and communication technologies have greatly influenced library and information service to improve efficiency of access, flexibility, and availability. So this is the situation. By making the information resources available online, access to the information has extended beyond physical boundaries and is now available to distant library users throughout Laos and abroad. And the Central Library of the National University of Laos is a network of 20 libraries, including the National Library, institutional libraries, and public libraries. So I mentioned about a network of 20 libraries. So we established the Library Consortium in 2005, supported by the IFONet. Have you heard about IFONet? Electronic Information for Libraries. So the consortium, established officially in 2005. Its mission is to provide information to students, academic staff, and wider community, enabling the university to achieve mission in teaching, learning, and also researching and community service through the use of available technology equipment. So, however, we started using the technologies, but we know that we are still young. We are here just to share experiences and learn from the developed ones. Okay. And many libraries in Laos also have use open source software. I think many libraries also have open source and also commercial software, but we mainly based on the open source software, which is now widely used to empower users, particularly in university libraries and other public service institutions. Only some. At present, and regarding the technology environment, the Central Library National University of Laos is stepping forward to provide e-resource service to the students academic staff, researchers, and community through mobile technologies. So we always think about the mobile technologies, in order to provide the efficient service to the users. But just mobile technologies is now required. So we come to the second part, innovation of library service through automation. I will show you the step of improving or innovating management. So just start from in 2007, the Central Library started developing its own integrated library system using open source software, PMB. PMB is open source software that supported by French Embassy in Laos. That's PMB, maybe PMB in French word, พวกมา bibliothèque, just for your library or something. This software, then was further carefully modified by the local specialists to store bibliographic records for the entire library collections, as well as membership and circulation information. And using this software, the library user can locate library resources from anywhere in the world, not just in the Central Library. So just in the world, we can link. Here is the face, user interface of the PMB. So there is a Lao character. So we used to use commercial software created by local specialists, but unfortunately, we have no longer used it. We face problems, so that's why we use the PMB here now. Innovation of library service through automations. So later in 2011, a digital library was launched at the Central Library, National University of Laos. The digital library was made possible through the use of DSpace. This is also open source software. I'm not sure whether which library or which country use DSpace. Can you just show me your hands? DSpace. Oh, yeah, lower 10, but over 5 phrases. Okay. I do not ask about Innopack, no? Or no, Innopack is a catalog, for also digital library use Innopack. The Central Library has innovated its information services by making information as full text available. Before 2011, so we just still have only the cataloging on OPAC online, and then we have no full text available. But now we have full text available in electronic formats to ensure that knowledge can be shared all over the world quickly and easily. This increase in the amount of information available can facilitate research and increase knowledge. So this is the user interface of DSpace. So we also use a Lao character, and then the user can access to English and Lao and maybe French, I think. Yeah. So the purpose of having the digital library is to provide information, types of electronic information, peer review, journal articles and conference proceedings, research data, monographs and books, master and PhD thesis dissertations, and other research-related outputs, presentation and manuscripts, and so on. In 2012, a 1-year project supported by Elsevier Foundation, entitled Improving Library Resource Sharing Through Union Catalog among Laos libraries was implemented. Just newly. Digitizing materials and making them available through network would help share and increase access to information resources among a number of institutions. So this is the Union Catalog. Okay, we use the PMB open source software to modify function for sharing resources among members libraries. Like we have consortium. We plan to share resources among 20 members. Not just we are going on with this project, not just finished. With the grant from the Elsevier Foundation, researchers from across the 20 members library consortium will be able to access one search engine and compile all materials from the library collections, network and electronic databases across library collections. The University Central Library, okay, I show you the website. I'm not sure whether it's launched in 2002. Serves as a gateway to the international and external e-resources and services. Other than the in-house developed online systems linked from the university library websites, the following e-resources are also available: Digital Library of the World, such as the Digital Library of the World Bank. Also, the users have the opportunities to access to the following these e-resources: Cambridge Journal Online as Cambodia, because we are the members of IFONet, so that's the IFO support, and IFO has negotiation with the publishers like IOP Science, OECD Library, Oxford Journal Collections, Royal Society Journal Collection, Chester, and SACE Research, and open access database such as the INAS Directory Online Journal and databases. Wikipedia. So I heard this morning, Wikipedia also we have the opportunity to access free. Thank you for publisher. INAS Guide to Open Access Resources, Agora, Access to Global Online Research in Agriculture, World Bank e-resources, and Lao 44. So here is a kind of open access, so yes, you can try. Lao 44. I used to hear from friends in ASEAN countries, they ask for open access in Laos, established or provide provision of the electronic in open access. So we also have access to these online resources is free and open to the public through our Laos with internet access, of course. No? 3, part 3, factors that brought about innovation. So we found that, the factor that brought about innovations, so we concentrate on the standardization, strict compliance with international standards, especially machine-readable cataloging or marks, in the design and implementation of bibliographic databases, such as PMB, has facilitated easy exchange of electronic cataloging records among library systems, locally and internationally. We can share resources with the libraries in foreign countries who have the same format or the same system. Centralization, incorporating the library's holdings into single database system, union databases, has promoted cooperative cataloging, minimized possible duplicates in the collections, and has made monitoring of circulation of users among members libraries of the consortium. And part 4, other library initiatives done. NUN has a successful work to establish the Department of Library and Information Science in 2011, just newly established, just the second year in 2012. It is an urgent need to produce professional librarians to deal with library works of the nationwide. The ASEAN Corner has established at the University Central Library in 2012 to acquire and maintain the collections on cultures, histories, and etc. of the ASEAN member countries. I'm not sure whether ASEAN members established the corner or not. Nanyang University, you have ASEAN Corner, no? So what we found, ASEAN Corners established in Khon Kaen Library, Mahasarakham University, and there's some other libraries in Thailand. I hope that this issue or this topic can be discussed in the next meeting, I think, to share resources. When you visit the library, you will see the ASEAN collections. So, international cooperations. I'll just show you we have two pictures. The Princess of Thailand, Pratep, okay, for short, I present for short. Visited UCL in 1996, okay, I did not put in the year in here. And then Prince of Brunei visited UCL in 2006. So since the National University of Laos established, last year is the 15th anniversary of the university. And then we started cooperating with foreign countries. And then high-rank officials, visited the Central Library. So this is a course workshop. You still remember? Friends from Thammasat University, Central Library. Mrs. Sijan, You see your picture. It's very small, huh? Yeah. Okay, this is also the pictures. The 8th meeting of the ASEAN University Network Interlibrary Online Committee hosted by the Central Library of the National University of Singapore, held on June from the 1st to 2nd, 2012. Yeah. So I'll just show you, in general, what we mentioned about point by point, future perspective on the use of technologies and library information services. We launched UCL strategic plan 2010-2015 as to identify increased utilization of library resources as a strategy in resource and governance. So, we know that now the technologies has changed rapidly, and then so we have to change relaunch our strategic planning on library information service. So we can perform, university annual contract as numbering of electronic resources, e-resources training, measuring customer satisfaction, promotion of library service, and enhancing ICT infrastructure. And identify staff who will perform an effective frontline outreach team committee to coordinate and plan for library promotion and outreach. Provide regularly effective training on information literacy skills for library staff and end users in order to enhance the value of the libraries in community and increase library uses and new technologies. Library software access to e-resource on internet computer application, etc. Use of special events and promotion of as participate in university exhibitions, national exhibition, and international exhibition. Enhance learning environment. So we now we finished constructing new building, Central Library new building, by the end of this year. So that's we enhance learning environment. Okay. Next year, maybe when you come to visit us, you will see different, or you will see more the environment changed. Okay. Broaden new innovation by creating new valuable products and services using new technology to enhance to service quality. Trend towards proactive efforts to educate library users about artists' rights, plagiarism, and open access publishing. Develop competence targets for staff to enable them enhance ICT skills. Encourage library staff to provide training to users to enable them to gain searching skills on electronic resources by using mobile technologies. So we may learn from Singapore and Thailand. So that's they use a lot, for more. And other country. Okay, I know that I've just listened to the past presentations. Also mentioned about the technologies. Have further collaborations with internal and external organizations and private sectors for their supports. Innovate the library service to meet local needs of information users of the world. Activities done will be disseminated to the public via local media, newspapers, as Vientiane Times, Vientiane Mai, Lao National Television, and newsletters. From time to time, when we organize the training, so we also disseminate our information through media, and then we get feedback, we got a call, from friends, and then just sharing for establishing or running training and so on. Broad collaborating and sharing information with other national, regional, and international organizations with similar mission. Okay, that's become to conclusion. UCL has innovated information service to facilitate cooperation and information sharing among university libraries and member libraries of the Laos Library and Information Consortium, as I mentioned earlier. Short is LALIC. Okay, has strengthened the capabilities of staff to provide quality information services. Towards making resources web accessible and innovating library services using web-based technology has severely improved the university library's capability to provide efficient information service. Using web-based search engines gives the library users the opportunity to effectively retrieve information required. The application of open source software and mobile technologies has permitted to the University Central Library to conserve financial resources and deliver quality services to its users. So that's a website, okay. Okay, thank you. Special thanks to the director and deputy directors of Thammasat University Library, especially the host institution and people concerned. Yes, thank you very much.
Our next speaker is Mrs. Kamaria Binti Noor Mohammed Desa she's the chief librarian at the Sultana Zanaria Library at the University Technology Malaysia.
Honorable Madam Yatul, President Ainsley, and Honorable Madam Chamchat, the host for this seminar. And I wish to say thank you for the invitation and your hospitality and sponsorship. Thanks a lot. Now, I would like to present it's not about a new innovation, but how we adapt to BS. BS means British Standards, ISO 11620/2008, that enhances innovation in the library management. It is about implementing the BS ISO 11620/2008 as key performance indicators or KPI for UTM libraries. The presentation overview. First, the implementing of BS ISO 11620/2008. Number 2 is the areas of measurement. 3 is the focus of KPIs for UTM libraries. 4, issues and limitations and challenges for the implementation of the standard. Now, background. Actually, I am the chairperson for a special interest group for key performance indicator for Malaysian university libraries, and the SIG is led by me, and we started the SIG way back last year, 2011. So the roles of this SIG special interest group for KPI is to provide platform for members to exchange views and expertise in the area of library performance indicators, to promote fresh and innovative ideas, as well as share experiences on the best practices of performance indicators for library services, and to introduce international standards as performance indicators to be used by libraries of all types. These are the group members for the SIG key performance indicators in Malaysia. It's about more than 20 participants. And I would like to report on the progress of the implementation. The first meeting we held in May 2011, and we had a follow-up meeting somewhere in June, and we held a conference and workshops on KPI, whereby we invited guest speaker or sort of facilitator, and we had a World Cafe sort of workshop that being carried out by Miss Barbara Leisen from Bremen Public Library, Germany. And we made some resolution that it's about 45 PIs that are in the standards, but we choose about 44 only. And later on, we have to reduce to about 36 due to the alignment that we should align with the university's implementation. So this is a very, what we call very general guidelines. You can read from the standard itself that it has the framework with 4 major areas of measurement. The first is the resources, access, and infrastructure that measure the adequacy and availability of library resources and services. And then about the use or usage, it's about to measure the usage of library resources and services. And then the efficiency, It's about cost per loan, electronic resources, and download session and all those things that refer to efficiency. And number 4 is potentials and development, whereby if you have the data, you can ask for more funds or you can raise more. You have to be more of entrepreneurial. As the tagline of the University Technology Malaysia, that you have to be innovative, entrepreneurial, and global. That's the goal of the university. Now, when we have these areas of measurement, according to BSI ISO 11620, it's about resources, access, infrastructure, and then use, efficiency, and development and improvement. But then the University Technology Malaysia, they have a strategic objective. I do agree with Alina that the priority for us to align with the strategic goals of the university. So we have to align to UTM requirements, whereby we have to have the KPIs for non-academic staff, whereby for academic staff they have their own KPIs, meaning that their teaching load, their research, their publication, grants, and the postgraduate students or whatnot. But for non-academic staff, we have to have our generic KPIs. So how to measure? They want to measure our performance, the non-academic performance, through cost, space, efficiency, and customer satisfaction. Then, as the chairperson of the committee, so I have to align or to adapt to BSI ISO 11620 to what the management already assigned to the librarians, that we have to have our KPI, that our area of measurement on cost, space, efficiency, and customer satisfaction. So they want to measure our performance now for the non-academic staff. So we have to think about how to really focus or pick up from the British standards that we have 45 performance indicators to really put into the cluster of cost, efficiency, space, and customer satisfaction. So we have about, see, can it be seen here? So we have 4. So I have to submit to the university of our 4 areas of measurement performance, meaning that there are 4 areas for the university strategic objective or goals that we have to reach the target. So the work that being done or proactively from last year, actually it won't get us so stuck when the university management asks us to prepare for the KPIs, because we are already in line with their requirements. So the cost we stated here is cost per database session, that we have the baseline data for 2012, whereby we have counted that for 2012 the cost for session is about 160 ringgit Malaysia. So for the year 2013 to 2015, we have to set the target. So innovatively, we have to think how to achieve, to meet the target. So we have to think innovatively. So how to do that? That's the process of innovation, actually, to reduce the cost per database session, whereby they look for where you spend the value, the money. Then they want to see the ROI of the money that being invested on databases. And our second one is the efficiency. Efficiency means they want to have a very lean management, whereby we have to practice or to apply Lean Six Sigma management, whereby we have to have a very small number of staff, and we have to calculate on how efficient that we do the library works, or how fast we can process the collection of the library. So from 82 or 84 hours, we have to 84 days, we have to reduce to 50%. So how are we going to meet that target of 50% reduction or speed, increase in speed of productivity? That's the measurement that we have to show that we perform, in order for the management to be very considerate, in order for them to give us more resources for the library to survive. And the third one is about the public seating occupancy rate. This is about space. So meaning that we have to align with these British standard outlines, whereby we have to adapt to our new KPI. And the fourth one is about customer satisfaction. At the moment, we have done our survey since 2000 till today. And yes, we already set from year 2000 about 80% of satisfaction. But for 2011 or 2011, we managed about 78%. You just imagine that long 10 years, we only manage about the index increase about 8%. So it's quite tough. That's why we managed to put the year to achieve 2013 to 2015. If we refer to the item reference from the British standards, we can see the B3 1.1 is about cost per loan, and B3 1.2 about cost per database session. That what we have clustered accordingly from the British standard. So we chose one for the university management to be in their corporate KPIs. So we choose 4 just now, but the rest is it should be our KPI, the library's KPI. So we have about 36. Just imagine that we have 6 for cost, the PIs, we have 6 items, cost per content, unit downloaded, cost per library visit, cost per user, and percentage of expenditure. Now it's about efficiency. And then all those we have clustered to accordingly for the scope of efficiency, required titles availability, percentage of required titles in the collection, and so on. Can be seen clearly, right? It's about efficiency. It's about 26 items from efficiency. So we chose only one. It's about the how we process our document. It's about library visits per capita, percentage of information requests submitted. So for the library purposes, we have about 36 key performance indicators that we have to measure. Now, it's about space. So space, we have 4. User area per capita, seats per capita, hours open compared to demand, and public seating occupancy rate. So now about customer satisfaction. It's in the B2.4.2 in the British Standard ISO 11620. Now that for every items of the PIs, we have to have the objective, the definition, and then formula, and then the findings. All those definitions are already there in the British standards. What you need to do is just to abstract and to adapt to your environment. So this is the finding for 2012, but you see the red one, KPI for 2013, that we intend to reduce to $1 per session. So from now on, we have to think how to reduce the number from 1.64 to 1,000. That's how we show our performance to the management. This is about efficiency. It's the standard format whereby you have to have the objective. The objective is to assess whether the different forms of processing procedures are effective as to speed. and definition median number of days. You can interpret on your how you want to do it, but you have to be very consistent, and I have to be very consistent with all members of the SIG groups. So we have to have the same instrument, the same method, and the findings should be based on how they run the instrument. But then we can do the benchmarking afterwards, just like Council of Academic Australian Libraries, they measure their customer satisfaction through InSync, right? So I have gone through the instrument, the survey. It's not really different from the American, the qual self qual. So the same thing as the British standards, they already have the structure, the guideline how to conduct the customer satisfaction. So this is the formula. It's all there. What you need to do to go back and read and learn and align to your needs. So we have gone through all these exercises for the year 2012, and we hope that by next year we have to analyze the data, and we want to document for the whole Malaysian findings, and probably that's the what we call the product that produced by the librarian in Malaysia. So this is about the efficiency. You just imagine from 83 days that we want to reduce to 40 days. We really have to what we call to do some re-engineering in certain processes so that we can meet the target that we set. So the findings about 60% occupancy rate that we have to increase to 90%. That we want to show that the library is still relevant and the space are all well used, and meaning that the library visits also increase, and you play a role in the learning and teaching community or research community. Now about library, this is about customer satisfaction, the objective, the definition, the formula. We have to draw a random sample. This is good for the librarians to exercise their research skills, whereby they have to know how to use the SPSS or the approach how to do data analysis. You can do in many methods or approach, but how we have to decide to the most common or very generic methods. So this is about OPAC, service performance for the customer satisfaction. For each item in the survey for customer satisfaction that we have to do the analysis. So now we go to issues and limitations. Actually, once you have read the standards, then you can see or you tend to make decision which particular performance indicators that you want to select. So issues on selection of appropriate performance indicators need to be very clearly defined, and you have to choose that relates to the goals and objectives of your university or your library. And number two is the interpretation of the performance indicators. You really need to understand and careful interpretation of data so that your findings will be valid and accurate, whereby if you have more than one or two universities that you want to compare, you have to make sure that the data, the way that you conduct your survey or your methods must be similar, then the result would be very valid for you to compare. And in terms of data collection, it requires a lot of time, and some data collection are very tedious. That's why we started from early of this year, and I expect by next week all the data already been gathered, but still they make excuses that they have to extend for next month. So I have to wait in that manner. So I have to do some analysis of those 20 members for data analysis. So meaning that next year that I can document the whole findings. Now about challenges. It's not easy actually if you want to have groups or the whole nation to comply to these standards, to these instruments, because for each university librarians at each university libraries, they have to have these leadership qualities of their library leaders, because the librarians or the library leaders need to have some vision and mission. They have to understand the strategic objective or the strategic planning of the university, or they themselves have to be involved in the management, whereby they set all those goals and objectives. So they have to understand. So being a leader, you have to have a vision, you must know your wide picture, and you have to be very innovative, and you have to motivate your staff, because your staff are the one who is going to implement all those KPIs or targets that you set. So without them, you won't achieve what you have set. So to motivate, you have to have a skill. You just imagine from the lowest staff to all grades. And I have about 200 staff. So just imagine how to make them convinced that you have to perform in order to be relevant in the university, or in order for us to get more financial assistance or funding from the university. So you have to inspire them, for them to be very committed, to commit, and to lead, to drive them. You mean you are a driver now? How to drive them to accomplish your mission? That's very important. So I agree with Ainsley that we need to have a leadership institute or academy, so that we can train our future or our young librarians that they must know how to negotiate with their immediate supervisor or with the university management. We need to have this kind of communication skills to convince that. Then about coordination, we have to have these skills of how to coordinate. We can coordinate among our staff, because it's different about superior and subordinate. They have to listen to us. But to coordinate amongst the other librarians of other university libraries, you have to convince them this is important. Now that my university have set this area of measurement about cost, they want to measure our performance according to cost, efficiency, space, and customer satisfaction. So I told them, then your turn will come, whereby your vice chancellor will ask you, please follow like what UTM has done. So for the non-academic staff, the librarian, they must have their KPIs. So this is because of the justification made by the academics. It's so unfair that the academics, they have to have their KPIs for promotion, but the non-academic, they are free to do what they want to do. So it's a bit of, you see, the justification. So about the leadership qualities, I just to share with members of the floor that I'm doing a research on leadership qualities for Malaysian librarians, Malaysian university librarians. So in the area of leadership skills, transformational leadership, emotional intelligence, and servant leadership. probably due to those skills that what we call that we generally that we have to know is about technical skills, the human skills, and the conceptual skills. So all those three skills that we need in order to innovate or to excel or to deliver our services. And we have to know about the qualities of transformational, because transformational deals a lot with innovation, motivation, and inspiring people, and what we call how we change the either the services or the staff or the organization. And then we have to know about emotional intelligence, whereby we deal with people and people at all levels. And emotional intelligence means that we have to control our emotions, whereby we have to face with many hundreds of users. But then first thing, you have to understand yourself first, meaning that yourself, you have to understand yourself first in order to understand other people. So emotional intelligence is one of the qualities that we have to look into. And the fourth one is the servant leadership. You know, we are a service-oriented organization, whereby we have to know that we have to serve, and we have to be like a servant, ready to serve. So in that manner, we need to have that kind of qualities. So I hope 2014 or later, end of 2013, I can present my research for this area. And by doing all these things, either the standards or the leadership qualities, it gives me a very good exposure to understand more of how to manage or administer or to lead the library. Another challenge is number 2, how to convince the top management. In order to convince them, once they have set those areas of measurement for the non-academic library or the librarians, so we have to perform, we have to meet the target in order for them to support us in terms of resources. Resources mean in terms of infrastructure. We want to be just like our neighboring countries, financially able. They are very good in infrastructure, and we have adequate staff to run the libraries or to serve the people. So meaning that the top management has to understand the commitment that we have to commit. That's it. And number 3 is about the quality management system. In Malaysia, majority of the university public libraries, we comply to the quality management system, the ISO 9001-2008. So for UTM, we have been in this system since 1998. So it's about more than 15 years. So it's so matured, and the standard BSI ISO 11620 really complement the needs for the quality management system, because we have to continuously improve. So when we have to continually improve, then we need to have some strategic plans and objective. So that's all. Thank you for your attention.
So, I feel very much about innovations, As you know, innovation is very necessary for libraries nowadays. Without innovating the libraries, so we cannot, move forward to the service quality. of the information service. So that the library has to move forward to the technologies. So for my personal views, okay, coming to these workshops, I feel like very much because I never participated. I never participated in the workshops on innovation. So I come here, in order to share ideas or share experience with library professionals from different countries in the world. I can say in the world. Through listening to speakers, every speakers, we found that the development of the library is different skills. Okay, some is developed, some just in the middle, some is still low. We know we're still young. We are still young. So we even we are young, but we have the opportunity, to share experiences, to share ideas with friends. We hope we don't miss our way. We know the person to conduct us to the right way.
Well, the meaning of innovation is change. So in order to be relevant for the society and the community or the academic community, that change is important, whereby universities want the library to be changed according to the environment of the university now, whereby they don't really go to the library, but they want to be near to the library. Either they access physically or they access the materials virtually. So meaning that this seminar in Thammasat University is a very successful one, and we hope that more innovation for Thammasat University libraries so that we can share in the future. And I would like to say thank you to the committee of this seminar, especially the EATOL board and the Thammasat University. Thank you so much. Sawadee ka.